So do you remember after the Southport atrocity? I mean, who could forget? Just another atrocity perpetrated on the British people. Not only by the second generation third world barbarian who did it, but also by Tory and Labour scum who imported millions of these third world savages into our country over the decades, even though we voted for them not to. Anyway, after Southport we had protests that broke out all over the country quite fairly. And in response, not only did the state turn on us and set up 24-hour kangaroo courts to give people more time in prison for wrongthink than we give the majority of nonces in this country, but we also had marauding gangs of Muslims with weapons on the street hunting down natives.
Where's Aaron? Where's Aaron? Up there! Up there! Up there! Where's Aaron?
No, come on, just move.
Where's Aaron?
Come on, just go!
Community leaders have been speaking to the police as well because...
Hey, yo, free Palestine! Free Palestine!
But I think, apologies for the language you're hearing, but a sense of the anger, I think you can hear there.
Yeah, Katie, I think Becky, I apologise, we need to...
Well, during that time, there was one specific moment that I always remember, which epitomises the two-tier nature of our country.
If there's any weapons or anything like that, what I would do is discard them in the mosque. Leave them here. And you don't give anybody any reason or have any interaction with the police, negative interaction. That's my belief. If there's any weapons, get rid of them. You're not going to arrest anybody. I think that will...
Yeah, so that was our police asking this gang of Muslims who were out to cause violence to leave their weapons in the mosque. They didn't immediately tackle them and start violently arresting them, like what we see when the English protest. No, they just politely asked them to put their weapons in the mosque. Now, contrast that with this video from yesterday in Manchester.
From there, you fucking mate.
Why are you filming it?
I'm meeting my friends.
Do video, make videos out of town.
Hey, don't.
From my fucking shop, you dumb. Is it out of his packaging? Is it out of his packaging? No, you're not. Is it out of his packaging?
It's in packets, you idiot! It's in packets, you idiot! It's in packets, you idiot! You idiot! It's in packets!
It's in the package, fella!
It's in the packets, you idiot!
Yeah! It's in the package!
Move back! Yeah! You drive forward!
It's in the package, you just bought it!
They should just give you the head!
So literally, this lad had just bought that baseball bat from the shop, and he was going to meet his friends. I mean, it was still in the packaging, and he even tried explaining that to this absolute muppet, but he didn't listen to him and then proceeded to violently arrest him. I mean, can you get a more clear example of two-tier policing? Examples like this are why the majority of the British public is sick to death of this treatment. The police in this country are becoming an absolute disgrace. I mean, speaking of disgraces, why on earth is The Telegraph, our so-called right-wing newspaper, now putting out puff pieces on Sadiq Khan, as if any of us give a toss about anything this muppet has to say? It's also complete nonsense. This is literally from yesterday in London. Do these lot look like they're being treated like second-class citizens? Like, why are these people in our capital city performing public displays of religious dominance? As a matter of fact, why are any of these people in our country whatsoever? This is a Christian country, and I think it's about time that we ban any foreign interest protests or gathering. This is our country, not theirs. If they want to do this, then there are literally 49 Muslim countries that they can go to. I'm just sick to death of it. I mean, just look at the state of this. So if Palestine Action is banned for being a terrorist group, which, like I said, I agree with, I don't want any foreign interest groups protesting or operating in Britain. But with that being the case, how is it then we allowed these people to gather to celebrate the terrorist state of Iran? A state that, by the way, unleashes untold horrors on its people, current day, just for protesting, dancing, or even singing without a burqa. I put the video of this punishment in a members-only video yesterday because YouTube won't let me show it on my main channel. But this singer was sentenced to 74 lashes for singing without a burqa on live stream, not even in public. And like I said, there's even a video of this. I mean, it's disgusting. The IRGC and Iran's leadership are Stone Age barbarian scum, yet we have millions of people in our country who support them. It's just totally unbelievable. And then we have muppets like this woman wanting more of it.
We f***ing invited them. We went to their country.
Wrong.
We bestowed our views on them.
Wrong.
And then we said, come over to help us fight the f***ing war. And now, because it's a bit busy, we go, no, let's go back. You want to go back and unpick it?
The British Empire is one of the greatest achievements of the world, actually. And what we contributed nationally was incredible. Now, when it comes to something like the slave trade, we never started the slave trade. North Africa started it. And then the British Empire ended the slave trade. So we don't get much credit for that, but we should get credit for that.
So how
Hang on, let me answer your question.
Yeah, okay.
You said that we've allowed loads of migrants into our country, like the Windrush, for example.
Invited them.
Right. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. So just because my previous government failed doesn't mean I have to support that. I think that millions must leave this country. They must be remigrated. They should go back to their homeland. Do you know why? Because they have a homeland. This is all we've got. A small island which is built on blood and toil and history and lineage and everything we fought and died for. And I am not going to be demographically replaced in my country.
Yeah, the Windrush generation was another thing the government just did to us, while most of the British public didn't want it to happen. But even with that, it was tiny numbers. We're talking around 500,000 people in 23 years. Meanwhile, since 1980, our government has imported 22.5 million people to our country, even though the public asked them not to. I mean, we even voted for the Tories to stop immigration, but they just opened the floodgates and brought in over 12 million people in 14 years. And the people who were meant to hold our government to account, our mainstream media, well, they just covered it up. I mean, how many people actually know how many immigrants have been brought to this country since 1980? It's probably about 5%. That's because the government did it while the mainstream media hid it. And now the problem is just so obvious that everyone can see it in their daily lives, and we don't need the media to tell us about it anymore, which is why the public has finally had enough and we want millions to go. But anyway, please let me know what you think about all this in the comments, and thanks for watching.